Hello YouTube! On this episode of the Naughty Librarian, we are going to be discussing Eye Candy and Arm Candy by Jessica Lemmon. To start off this review, I just want to say that I got an ARC of both of these books from the publisher Loveswept via NetGalley in exchange for an honest review. Considering both of these books have the word candy in the title, I knew going in that these were going to be straight book candy. You know what I mean by book candy. It's fun, it's quick to consume, and it leaves a good taste in your mouth. Book candy. And considering both of the cover models are like stupid hot, I knew there was going to be smutty delights in between those covers. I mean, it's scientifically impossible for there not to be smutty delights when the cover model is that stupid hot. The series starts with Eye Candy and then continues on to Arm Candy. Both of these can be read as standalones, but Arm Candy pretty much is a sequel. It's not really dependent on facts from Eye Candy though, so if you just go straight into Arm Candy or you just read Eye Candy, I don't think you're gonna have a problem like following the story. I mean, they're romantic comedies, like how hard is it gonna be to follow? Okay, fun fact about both these books, they are so funny. There's so many one-liners in there that just made me laugh out loud. So I'm just staring at my phone because I have ebooks and I'm just laughing into my phone like a crazy person in public. And I didn't even care because they were so funny. Jessica Lemmon has this really good comedic timing where I can't even explain it. You guys just have to read it because there's so many little like throwaway lines and nuances. They're just so funny and they just fit the characters so well. And they're just delightful. That's the best way to describe it. They're delightful. Oh, and another thing, Jessica Lemmon has a very rare talent that only a few authors have where her characters feel like real people. They're very well developed. They feel real. Like I feel like I could meet this person and expect that to be a real person in real life, not just some book character. Because a lot of times they're just having like average everyday conversations, but for some reason they still feels compelling. Like sometimes the characters are just watching zombie TV shows, or maybe they're eating potato chips together. But like I still want to know what's gonna happen because they're so three-dimensional that it makes me tune into them and really root for them more so than if the characters were just there to fuck and do nothing else. Let's talk about Eye Candy for a minute. Eye Candy follows Vince and Jackie. Essentially, there are a friends to lovers romance, and I have never seen two people act so obviously against their best interests. Like, it was so bad seeing them try to date each other because they're so awkward, and Vince comes up with this like convoluted ass plan to try to get Jackie to be with him. Essentially, he's trying to like coach her in dating so she can take out this other guy that she has a crush on. He's the eye candy. So Vince decides he's going to coach Jackie in dating and give her all these tips while secretly trying to date her himself. Seriously, his whole plan doesn't make a lick of sense. Like, if I'm being honest, it would have been like so much easier for him just to be like, hey Jackie, I like you, do you want to go on a date? And she'd be like, yeah, because I totally like you too. That's the thing about the characters. They both actually really like each other and they just won't ask each other out because they're friends and they don't want to ruin the friendship. And I'm like, banging doesn't ruin anything, get to it. So long story short, without too many spoilers, the whole time I was getting a little annoyed because it's like someone finally gave them their wonderful love cupcake that they've always wanted, and it's like they said, oh thank you, and they took a bite and then they threw it on the ground and said, fuck cupcakes. It's like you can't have your cake and eat it too. You should, because they finally got cake and they should just eat it and be thankful for cake. But instead, they just have cake disasters everywhere. So yeah, their romance is very convoluted. It's a happy ending, obviously, because it's book candy, so there's always a happy ending. As for the smut, I would say the smut in Eye Candy was believable. I think it's the best way to describe it. The sex that they have is good, and it feels like it could happen in real life. So there's an air of realisticness to it that I appreciated, even though I don't think realisticness is a word. But anyway, they have good sex, and I like the fact that it was kind of rooted in reality rather than like, oh my gosh, this is the best orgasm I've ever had in my life. It's like, no, all orgasms are pretty good. Like, it's just good sex, which speaks for itself. All right, let's move on to Arm Candy. So Arm Candy follows Davis, who is Vince's best friend, and his love interest, Grace, who is the bartender at his favorite bar. Their romance is a bit more straightforward. What I really appreciated about Arm Candy is the fact that there wasn't any zany schemes. Essentially, Davis wants to be with Grace, so he treats her very well, which is what healthy relationships should look like. He's basically kind and nice and attentive and like really good in bed, and that's all relationships really need to be. The main conflict of the relationship is self-sabotage and, you know, the whole cliche adage of like, if I don't get too close, then I can't get hurt. That kind of thing. It's a hard thing to overcome, and the story is kind of about them both overcoming that and being in the moment and not sabotaging something that's potentially very good. All right, so the smut in Arm Candy. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. The smut in Arm Candy is so good. It's even better than the smut in Eye Candy. I mean, it's still in that same world of realism, so it feels like these are positions and like experiences that you can actually have, and they're having mind-blowing sex, but they're not like putting on airs about it being the best sex they've ever had. I mean, it probably is, but they're not like talking about it all the time. No one's having like, oh, I've never had this big of an orgasm before. It's like, no, I'm having an orgasm and it's cool because they're all cool. So I don't want to be too spoilery, but here's the thing about Davis. I'm pretty sure the guy is a sex wizard. Like, he does this thing where he has this like sex hypnosis. He's like, okay, Grace, I'm gonna count back from 5, and when I get to 1, you're gonna come. And it totally works. Oh my gosh, he's a sex wizard. I've never seen such magic. But besides that, it still stays in the realm of realism, and it's very good just on its own. I think it's the whole like idea of show me, don't tell me. I mean that in the least pornographic way. She lets the smut speak for itself rather than throwing in a bunch of romancy cliches about, oh, this is the hardest I've ever come and I've never wanted someone so much. It's just like, no, they're having good sex because it's good sex. So yeah, both books in this series, excellent choices. They're very fun, they're relatively short, they're sweet, they leave a good taste in your mouth when you're done. I highly recommend these. I mean, are they great literature? No, they're not gonna win the Pulitzer. However, that's exactly what I like about them. I don't have to think very hard, they're funny, they're sexy, and when I'm done reading them, I feel happy. Luckily, I found this new series by Jessica Lemmon, and I'm very excited to continue on with it and maybe try out some of her other works, because Jessica Lemmon is dope as an author. Like, I really enjoyed her writing style. I am incredibly happy that Loveswept sent me the arcs of both of these 2 books through NetGalley. I'm so excited to have read them. I'm very excited to have found a new author that I really, really like. I would recommend these books if you were a fan of Karina Halley's writing, romantic comedy, things like that. If you just want something light and fun and sexy, this is your jam. Okay guys, so after these books come out, please comment down below. Let me know what you thought about them. Are you excited about them? What's your favorite romantic comedy? Who's your favorite romantic comedy author? Let me know down below. If you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!